It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the bottom. He's gonna let you know if you should stay home or if you should go. Might even yell if it's a spectacle. From San Francisco.
It's Movie Time is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to broadcast shows Fridays at 4:01 p.m. and 8:01 p.m. Read reviews and listen to shows online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando,
And I'm Kevin Carr.
and this is It's Movie Time.
Boom.
And Kev, with our moving to another worldwide war, you might have had the same feeling I had, that I was looking forward to seeing Project Hail Mary?
Well, what's funny, I did not know a lot about it because I've been focusing on other things. And I know there was a lot of marketing. And one of the things I like about this job is I see the movies early enough that I can kind of avoid a lot of the marketing sometime. And I did for that one. And that was a neat way to go into this, because you're like, oh, yeah, the world's ending, but it kind of has this optimistic side to it.
It does. It does. So you had the same feeling I had, as I'm looking forward to this, getting out of this world.
Yeah.
Which is tanking.
Yeah. You're here going, I'll get on a spaceship and travel to Tau Ceti, 11 light years away.
You're right. It seemed to me even the 4 or 5 years was too short a time to go.
Well, there was definitely some time dilation issues with that. I have not yet looked up what Neil deGrasse Tyson has had to say about this. He usually
really?
deconstructs that in space.
Yeah, well, as I understand, Andy Weir, who had
Yeah.
done The Martian, is meticulous in his research.
Yeah.
And so my guess is that if it's 4 or 5 years to get back home, that he's probably right. But I thought,
Well, there would have been time dilation in the capsule. That would be the difference. It would take that's how long, because the fuel, the stuff they used as fuel, allows them to go close to the speed of light.
okay,
But he would have aged forever, and I guess maybe they addressed that with the suspended animation, but
yeah. But anyway, it's a long ways.
it's a bit
I mean, Alpha Centauri is like, I don't know how many light years away.
makes the drive to El Paso seem breezy.
Well, I'll tell you, just because this is a side note, I would like to believe in extraterrestrial presence. I would like to, but the distances are so freaking enormous. Even in advanced civilization, I just don't know how they could do it.
Well, I mean, there's two ways to look at that. Whether you believe there's extraterrestrial life of some sort,
Yeah.
and whether we're ever going to see them up close and in person.
Right.
And that's the thing. I think the universe is replete with life. I think that there's loads of it everywhere in forms we can't even conceive of. Now, whether that life can travel among the stars, I don't know if that's happening.
Well, I don't think it was from the movie, but something relatively new to me was the thinking that with so much out there,
Yeah.
do you think we're the only one? Do you think that this is made for just us?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You know, if you got infinite, it's the monkeys typing Shakespeare on the infinite number of
I
typewriters.
never believed that, but
That's a lot. That would be a lot to the one. What about the one monkey that gets to like the very end of Julius Caesar and then types an ampersand? You're like, that. Sorry, monkey. We got to go for another one.
all right, Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
plays our hero,
Hmm.
and he's a middle school teacher.
Yeah.
He's more than that. He has his PhD in microbiology.
He fell back on the teaching. And that was probably the most unrealistic thing. And there was a bunch of kids in middle school. They're like, yeah, let's learn science.
Yes.
You don't get that in the schools.
No, you don't. But apparently he's the kind of person that the government wanted to
Yeah.
take this space adventure because the sun was dying.
Yeah.
It is actually, anyway, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
billions of years.
we're not going to see it burn
No,
out.
we are not.
We got some time. It is more likely that there's going to be a couple mass extinction events on our planet before we get to a sunburn.
Yeah, it looks like we're on our way.
Yeah. Well,
And
there have been a couple.
So he is by the government, how shall I say, drafts him.
Yeah, they recruit him.
They recruit him.
They want somebody who thinks outside of the box.
Yeah.
Because they have questions they can't answer and they want to try and answer them
Yeah.
quickly.
Something called an astrophage is
Yeah.
like a microorganism or something that's infecting the sun.
Yeah.
And
A not too subtle allegory for oil.
it is. It's so true, yeah. Well, and so he's on his way.
Yeah.
And along the way, the nice part of this show is that he meets somebody else
Yeah.
coming the other way.
That's
It's a really
right.
cute kind of thing. That
Well, because they rendezvous early, but yeah, it's another ship from
yeah,
another an alien. Would you see in the?
strange looking ship.
Well, yeah. Well, it's not going to look like a Corvette, you know. It's another world.
And so he meets him. Now, I'm all for everything that happens in this film. I'm an optimist about it all.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think that that this is possible. I'd like to think that we'd be aware when our son is dying, and that we would meet somebody else. Now, what about this new creature?
Oh, and well, that's the thing that's very difficult in the marketing because you don't want to give too much of the character's name. He calls him Rocky.
Yeah.
Because he's like a rock. And you don't want to give too much away, but you want to show that it's not just some guy farting around space by himself, you know, that
Yes.
he's got somebody to bounce ideas off of,
Yes.
and he's somebody he can interact with. And it's always nice to have it be kind of cute,
Yeah.
you know, even if it doesn't think it is. You know.
I'm a bit disappointed.
Okay.
They chose not to have a face on this one. And I realize I'm being anthropomorphic or whatever you call it, but I kind of like some expression. I mean, if you think of any of the creatures that we've depicted in films,
Yeah.
I thought they all had more physically going for them than this one, which is really...
Well, but that's the whole thing, is it's life. That's why I think they did that, is because it would be different. You're right, if you saw something with two eyes, bilateral symmetry and a nose and a mouth like we have, it's not going to develop. I mean, an octopus doesn't look like us, and that's on our planet, you know?
Good one. But anyway, he comes and he's cute.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the major themes for me is the consideration of cooperation
Yeah.
for survival.
Oh, yeah.
And which resonates almost immediately. We are now in the United States hammering so much that we're losing.
Well, and what's funny is it's going to be, and I haven't looked at this news, but some people might be like, how dare they? This is clearly directed at the current administration. Like, this movie was in development for years.
Yeah, right.
This movie was easily started, when the book was published before we had the last presidential election. So that's not how movies work. It's just because it comes out at a time and it's very relevant, that's not on purpose, because movies take years to be
Oh,
put
of course, and because they're universals.
Yeah.
And the movies are made of universals, and particularly movies like this. If you look at Space Odyssey and so on, there are always themes that rise above whatever technicalities there are.
Yeah.
And so I buy into that.
Well, and it's funny because the stuff that you see people sort of admire and revere of like stories of the past, and this isn't a science fiction one, but like something like the Andy Griffith Show, which has a lot of really good morals that, or Little House on the Prairie, that has an attraction to some certain people of a political persuasion, but the messaging in those shows and movies are universal themes of cooperation.
Yes.
And helping your fellow man, and you can't get mad at that, which they were made 50, 60, 70 years ago. You know, those are universal themes, but to go after something because, oh, it's saying cooperation, how woke. It's like, what's wrong with cooperation, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. The visuals are pretty striking.
It is,
don't
yeah.
you think?
Well, and it's very tough to do a space movie without, I mean, space is, it's dark and it's night all the time in space. And to get a visually stimulating movie
Yeah.
that's from the perspective of a spaceship in the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
is challenging.
Yeah.
But I think they do a great job, and they meaning Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the directors of it,
Yeah.
who did like did the Lego movie.
Yes, right.
You know,
yeah.
these are guys who have shown that they can do multiple types of films and really make them work. And this one's a 2.5-hour movie.
I know. I thought maybe a bit too long.
It can drag, but it was just here. But not everything has to go super fast. And I think they had enough changes in the plot, and development, that I never was bored.
And they had enough anticlimax going on there.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin Carr, we're going to have to discuss more.
Yeah.
If our audience goes to WCBE.org to the podcast experience and to Backtalk, they'll be able to hear more of you. They don't want to hear more of me, but they want to hear more about you.
They want to hear you too.
But they want to hear you. What do you advise?
I say go see it. And I know it was shot, a lot of the cool scenes are shot for IMAX, so if you can go see it in the large format, even better.
And some of our screens, such as what I go to at Lenox usually, and sometimes into Gateway, is those screens are big.
They do have some big screens.
Yeah, that you don't have to have IMAX. But take
but
your advice.
But they have 70mm projection at the Gateway, so I mean, that's the screen you want to go to.
Yeah. So for a family?
Yeah, I mean, little kids will get bored. If it were all Rocky all the time, they'd have a lot of fun. But it takes a good half the movie before you really meet
And
it.
I thought that took a long time for him to meet.
Yeah, because that's not what the movie's about. That's just an element of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't take the smallest kids.
It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the